Hey YouTube, I'm Steve Post. This time on the show we've got a series of cars we're going to talk about, but we're going to start off with a little history lesson. Want to go back more than 40 years ago. It was the early 1970s. Stock car racing was mainly on the dirt tracks in the Carolinas, and they were tearing it up around these parts. The NASCAR Strictly Stock Tour was traveling all across America and doing a great job, but on the short tracks in the Carolinas, it was a guy named Ralph Earnhardt that was the main man. Now, Ralph had a son named Dale. You of course know the Dale Earnhardt story, but what we're going to talk about today was the story before the story. Ralph couldn't afford a second car. It was a family operation, and his car was in charge of putting food on the table. So Ralph convinced a team owner by the name of James Miller to put his young son in a race car, and this is the car we're talking about. It's a 1956 Ford Victoria, and this is a beauty that Lionel has put together, and the second race car that Dale Earnhardt ever drove, and he wheeled it on the short tracks. Now, he did not have any wins in this car, but James Miller saw the potential, and this is absolutely a car that launched Dale Earnhardt to the incredible career that he has. One of the things I love about it is when you see one of these old cars, the local sponsorship, the main Texaco, and Jim Cheek's Body Shop, and you just wonder what those businesses thought at that time with their name on the side of a guy's car that would become the Intimidator, that would become the Dale Earnhardt that we all know. Major part of NASCAR's history. Also we have here, speaking of Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car, and this is the Paint the 88 car. Annually they do this, and thousands of people put in their suggestions as far as the paint scheme for the Diet Mountain Dew car, and this was the winner in 2012, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car is on display. Now we have this in gunmetal and in brushed as well, along with the main finish. Another car we're featuring right now is Jeff Gordon's Drive to Unhunger Chevrolet. This was the car he rolled to victory at Pocono back in 2012. You remember that one? That was the day the monsoon hit the racetrack. In fact, I remember Jeff Gordon standing on pit road, refusing to leave pit road until NASCAR made the call that put him in a makeshift winner circle in the garage area to keep him out of the weather. So we have Jeff Gordon's winning car from 2012, and love young Aric Almirola driving for Richard Petty, the King's car, the number 43. This is the ALM material handling Ford Fusion. This car is also one of our featured cars this week. Now, these cars are all available at your local distributor or at planbsales.com.